Japan is only a 5-hour flight away from the Philippines, and we finally hopped on a plane for a 2-week visit to this fascinating country. Excited as we were, we departed from MATCHA airport. The flight path took us right over the mudflats and shallow waters of Magellan Bay. Here is where in 1521 the Spanish conquistador Ferdinand Magellan was defeated and killed by Lapu-Lapu, the then chief of Mactan Island. We could feel the plane turn over Lake Kitaura to line up for the approach to Narita Airport. Before leaving for Japan, we watched a few travel vlogs regarding immigration formalities and airport transport. And in less than 2 hours, we found ourselves in Shibuya, consulting Google Maps, trying to find the not so glamorous entrance of our hotel. A typical 4-star hotel in Japan. Self-service check-in, self-service amenities, and self-service for your morning brew, which is of excellent quality. Our room is meticulously clean and small as expected, but with efficient use of space and a lot of water in the shower. Colorful advertisements blare out from the facades and gigantic video screens in busy and fashionable Shibuya, where we enjoy our first Japanese dinner in one of the numerous restaurants. The following morning, we take the Ginza metro line to the authentic Asakusa area. Upon exiting the station, one cannot help but see the Asahi Beer Hall building with the golden flame on its roof, affectionately called the Third. The Kaminarimon, or Thunder Gate, is the outer of the 2 large entrance gates to the Buddhist Senso-Ji, Tokyo's oldest temple. This gate dates from 1960, after the previous one was destroyed by fire 100 years earlier. On the left side, the gate is guarded by Raijin, the Shinto god of thunder. On the right side sits Fujin, the Shinto god of wind. The giant lantern is removed when the gate opens for ceremonies. Once through the gate, you step into NAKAMISE Dori, the street leading to the second gate into the temple. This busy strip, lined with stalls, is one of Japan's oldest shopping streets and very touristy. There's a lot to see here. This man is making ningyo-yaki, small cakes filled with sweet bean paste that we have to try, of course. They are fresh, sweet, and still very hot. In one of the side streets, we found Typhoon, a matcha sweets specialty shop. No joke, think anything matcha and they would serve it. Matcha beer, matcha warabi latte, matcha mochi, matcha chocolate, roasted or plain, matcha cream puff, matcha strawberry latte with edible chocolate straw, and several combos of matcha ice cream. This young man is preparing matcha tea. The trick is to whisk rapidly to create a foamy drink, leading to a creamy, less bitter taste. We order 2 matcha tea of different strength, a mochi and a puffy. The mochi has a gooey texture, is sweet from the outside with a light bitter matcha cream filling. The puffy is like a cookie from the outside with a creamy matcha filling. Back on NAKAMISE Dori, we continue towards Hosomon, the second gate. The gate has 3 lanterns and the SENSO-JI treasures are stored in the upper story. The statues on the left and right both represent Neo, the guardians of the Buddha. To the left of the Hosomon gate rises yet another architectural marvel, the 5-storied pagoda. The top story houses a relic of Buddha's remains. Once through the Hosomon gate, we enter the Geijin, or the public area of the temple. The green barrels left of the staircase are ceremonial sake offerings. In front of the main hall there is a large incense burner known as the Jokoro. Wafting the smoke towards oneself is believed to bring good health and spiritual purification. Before entering the temple, worshippers must visit the purification fountain known as the Chozuya. The ritual involves cleansing the hand and mouth and symbolizes the washing away of impurities and preparing oneself for prayer. Now we can climb the steps up to the worship area of the temple, dedicated to Kannon, the goddess of mercy. The Naijin, or inner sanctum, is not open to worshippers. Looking back over the temple grounds towards the Hosomon gate. Part of the temple experience is getting an omikuji, a written fortune telling. Okay. Yeah. You drop 100 yen in a wooden box. Now shake, do the shake, shake, shake. Shake the silver canister until a number stick falls out. And check the corresponding drawer. If you get a bad fortune,
Misfortune bad.
fold the paper up and tie it to the nearby rack to ward the misfortune away. This is Amida Nyorai, the Buddha who teaches Buddhism to those who passed away. The bronze Hokyuin tomb, a small pagoda with a distinctive roof. Eight Buddhas are enshrined in this Yogodo hall, each of which protects one or two animals of the Chinese zodiac, and henceforth also protects those born in the year of that animal. Several shrines for protectors of the temple. A quick lunch in seafood restaurant Mexico. Fried rice with real crab and salmon eggs. Yummy! Lisa wished for a real Japanese chef's knife since long, and now we had the opportunity to buy one. Selecting a knife is serious business in Japan. The shop owner has its own collection. Say which one you decided?
Everything, I think this one is better.
That one?
This, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. We had a reservation for dinner in the famous Tokyo Sky Tree later that evening, and the short ride on the Asakusa metro brought us to the Sky Tree town. The impressive tower was opened in 2012 and is 634 meters high. The views over the Sumida River from the Tembo deck on the 345th floor are simply amazing. Unfortunately, iconic Mount Fuji to the west was shrouded by clouds. Of course, we had our cheesy picture taken whilst waiting for the amazing sunset over the city. Bringing out a toast 345 meters above ground in Sky Restaurant 634.
Wine glazed venison with vegetable. This is white pea, pork, like gratin.
Okay.
And sauteed lamb. Yes, sauteed lamb.
Each dish was thoroughly explained, and there were many. The conclusion of our second day against the Tokyo night sky. The following morning we join a guided tour of the Imperial Palace. The Imperial family of Japan is residing in the west gardens of the palace grounds, in this building, Fukiage Palace. The tour covers the East Gardens, where Edo Castle once stood. Edo Castle was the seat of the Tokugawa shogun, who ruled Japan from 1603 until 1867, after which the shogunate was overthrown and the country's capital and imperial palace were moved from Kyoto to Edo, renamed as Tokyo. We meet up at one of the Yagura turrets that served as defensive turrets during wartime and weapon stores in peacetime.
Because the moat behind me isn't just a closed loop, it's actually a spiral. And it's specifically built like this so they could keep expanding the city, keep expanding the grounds, so it goes really far.
We enter the palace grounds via the Ottoman Gate, leading to the East Garden. During the Tokugawa shogunate, the Ottoman Gate served as the main gate, and it was used by the shogun and feudal lords.
Maybe we brought a battering ram, a huge army of people to knock it down. So we rushed through into this courtyard, but instead of being able to keep going, instead of using that momentum, we have to stop, because the second gate is located behind me. So we have to stop, we have to turn ourselves around, and in the time that it takes for us to do that, that's when all the windows that line this courtyard, the guards pop up with their guns and their bows and their arrows, and they can shoot us down. So this is called a box defense.
This decorative mythical sea creature has the body of a fish and the head of a lion. It is from the roof of the original gate, destroyed in an air raid during World War II. It acted as a talisman against fire. We continue through the main gate towards the Doshin Bancho, or Constable Guardhouse.
And as the name kind of suggests, this is the first building where they're checking our purpose for visiting the shogun. We're making sure we have proper documentation, and more importantly, we're checking to make sure that all of us, we have the same heart as the shogun, we share the same spirit and the same ideals. No one's here to cause any problems. But the building itself actually, I think, has some interesting stories sort of baked into it. And I want to talk about the tiles, the decorative tiles that you can see.
The roof tiles are decorated with traditional Japanese emblems and protective motifs. The most important is the Aoi crest with 3 hollyhock leaves, the emblem of the Tokugawa shogunate, marking the building as part of the Edo castle. On the lower tiles you can see a swirling triple comma design called the Mitsudomu, and meaning cosmic balance, spiritual power and protection. The small dots symbolize water as protection against fire. The shogun had more power than the emperor at the time, but out of respect he still included imperial symbols on the building. The emperor's seal was carved on the corbel, tucked away on the gable, but below the shogun's emblem, which sat on the ridge.
At this point we've actually crossed through 4 gates. So obviously there was the 2 when we came in, but there's actually another one just before that last guard point, and there's one right behind us, this huge wall. Wherever they come together like this, there would have been a gate. So you have to imagine now, huge gate, it opens up to reveal this very impressive building, and also all 100 of its guards, because the name is not an exaggeration. This checkpoint was manned by 100 samurai, and they'd be waiting, lined up in 2 rows, for us to pass straight down the middle to be inspected. So they're looking us over for weapons, they're looking us over for anything dangerous we're trying to smuggle into the inner castle grounds, and they're also looking for notes. They're looking for pieces of paper and information. And this is the O-bansho in Japanese, and if we see the kanji, the first kanji, it looks like a guy doing this, trying to make himself as big as possible, and that's because that kanji literally does mean big. This is the big guard point, or maybe more accurately the great guard point, because this is the 3rd and final, and although it might not be the biggest, it was probably the most impressive, because this one was manned by all the highest ranking samurai doing their final checks to make sure everyone is safe to enter into the castle grounds. But this isn't the only, we weren't only being searched over one last time here. The other point that this had to do is that we had to disembark from our horses, disembark from our carriages, because here on out we're on foot.
We climb up to Fujimi Yagura, one of the few remaining turrets on the fringes of the main compound of Edo Castle. If you were here in 1650, you could see Mount Fuji, hence the name, and Tokyo Bay, but not anymore. Arriving to the top of the hill where Edo Castle once stood. The foundation of the main tower, the tallest statue ever built, can still be seen, left of the tree. Much of Edo town, including the main tower, were ravaged during the 1657 fire of Meireki. The white building in the foreground is Fujimi Yagura. Omote, or the first district, was the stage for public ceremonies and the place of work for government officials. Nakaoku, the district in the center, was where the shogun lived his everyday life and administered the affairs of the state. Ohoku, at the base of the tower, was where the shogun's family lived. The tower was never rebuilt, and the remaining buildings were destroyed during the firebombing of Tokyo in 1945. Fujimi Yagura in the pink circle. Looking back from the tower's foundation over the park that once was the castle ground. Here is a mock-up of the Tenshu of Edo Castle. The tower is similar in design but slightly bigger than Osaka Castle. We left the castle ground via the Japanese garden. We were told that these koi were of a special royal breed, hence the large fins, resembling a mermaid. When walking towards the famous TSUKIJI outer market, we stumbled onto this exotic Indian-style building. It is a Yodo Shinshu Buddhist temple, named TSUKIJI Honganji. Before entering the temple, we perform the Shinto cleansing ritual. The stained glass windows above the entrance are traditionally associated with Christian churches. There was a crime prevention drill ongoing, so we did not explore the main sanctuary. This is Saint Shinran, the founder of the Yodo Shinshu sect in 1617. And here we are at the famous Tsukiji fish market. We were late in the afternoon and the vendors offered discount before they closed for the day. All you do here is taste, eat or buy the world's best seafood and fish.
Cannot get fresh.
It tasted so well that we decided to look for a place to have dinner, and we opted for restaurant TSUKIJI Itadori Unidora. The food was prepared in front of us at the sushi bar. The chef explained how to combine the sauces with the fish. Lisa had sashimi with, amongst others, 3 types of fatty tuna. Fritz opted for a tuna rice bowl with raw egg and 2 different types of sea urchin roe. We had tickets for the Asakusa Kaguwa later that night, and after this excellent dinner we headed for the dance theater. Along the way we passed Senso-Ji temple again and used the opportunity to make a few night shots of the beautifully lit buildings. After a while, we found the inconspicuous entrance of the theater. Upon entering, you will be led to the almost mandatory photo op before being led to your seat. The dancers distribute their business cards for personal promotions before the show. The performers, dressed as oiran, geisha or samurai, perform a variety of Japanese-style acts, combining tradition and innovation. The show is non-verbal, but the acts are understandable nonetheless. You guessed it already, videography was not allowed. The Shishimai, or the lion dance, migrated from China to Japan centuries ago and is a traditional performance with deep cultural and spiritual meaning. The lion is believed to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. Being bitten by the lion's head is thought to cleanse bad energy and bring blessings. To our pleasant surprise, it was allowed to film the final dance.
Thank you for coming to Asakusa Kantoga. Did you enjoy the show? Thank you
あり
very
がとうご
much.
ざいます。早速でございますが、プレミアム特典の写真撮影に参りたいと思います。
We will all be taking the commemorative pictures with our guests. Premium seat. Please, 3, 2, 1, cheese! ありがとうございます。
That concludes our third day in Tokyo, with much more to come. But that is for another episode. Thank you for watching.